iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right. Let's take a look at some news for the day. We will also take a look at, we'll go mining the box scores for Fantasy Gold. See what's out there. So first of all, Case Keenum will be starting for the Vikings this week against the Redskins. That's official. Right now, the Vikings are thinking about whether or not, this is from Chris Mortensen, whether or not to put Sam Bradford onto the IR. That's probably a good move considering Teddy B is ready. So I think the plan is this. Go with Case Keenum until the following. One, Teddy B just looks so good in practice, we got to play him. Or two, Case Keenum sucks in a game, then we bring in Bridgewater. Or three, Keenum gets hurt. So I think that's what's going to happen there. I don't know if I put Sam Bradford on IR, if I could avoid it. But, we'll have to see what happens. But I mean, Keenum will start week 10. But look, if you're looking for a hedge play, it's Teddy Bridgewater. It's a very good receiving core. I just don't know how good he's going to be, even if he plays. The lack of mobility, it worries me. It does. It worries me. Brian Bulaga out, torn ACL. He's done. It's just bad. Bad for the Packers. They just looked terrible last night. They really did. They looked terrible. Brett Hundley, the numbers will look good. 26 for 38 for 245 yards. But if you watch the game, it's like he never threw a pass more than 3 yards. It was these quick passes. You're never going to win in the NFL unless you challenge defenses deep. Jordy Nelson, just a non-entity. So it's almost like Tom Savage killing the value of Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller. Brett Hundley's killing the value of Cobb, Adams, Nelson, just killing their value. Also, Aaron Jones was poo-poo on a stick. 5 for 12. That'll kill you. Ty Montgomery looked good in spots, but is he going to win the job? I don't know. It's just a mess there. I wouldn't drop Aaron Jones, I'll tell you that right now. I wouldn't drop him at all. So be patient. I thought Detroit looked great. Golden Tate, 7 receptions. Marvin Jones, 7 receptions. The only thing I didn't like was Amir Abdullah fumbling. I know he scored a touchdown, but 21 for 48. He's getting the carries, but there's not a lot of production, and I don't like the fumbles. I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more Theo Riddick. I do. I think we're going to see a little bit more Theo Riddick. If you can't trust Abdullah, you can't play Abdullah. Matthew Stafford, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns. What I love about this is that Tate and Marvin Jones are coexisting, right? They're coexisting, which is great, which is fantastic because last year, if we remember, they didn't coexist so well. Do you remember about that? Because last year, Jones started out like a house on fire, okay? He started out like a house on fire, and Tate did nothing. And if you remember, Tate owners were very upset, and then Jim Bob Cooter said that he was going to get Tate more involved. Then Tate got more involved, and Marvin Jones didn't do anything. But now they're getting more involved together, which I love. Okay? Which I love. I love that they're getting more involved together. It's great for this offense. It's great for their production. I'm very excited. Okay, Adam Gase, happy with the running game. Yes, of course he was happy with the running game. Okay? Damian Williams did what he did. Kenyon Drake did what he did. They look good out there. It's not a Jai going for the home run every time. I think Adam Gase woke up this morning, wasn't exactly happy about losing that game, but he was happy about his running game. And I think he should have been. He should have been. Drake looked good. Williams looked great. Williams had another 30-yard reception that was called back by a holding penalty. Okay? So I don't know if you guys remember that. So let's go mining the box scores for Fantasy Gold. First of all, Malcolm Brown. If you own Todd Gurley, before the playoffs start, get yourself Malcolm Brown. Look, first of all, if Gurley goes down, you're probably going to lose. But in case you don't lose, Malcolm Brown had 15 carries. He is the obvious backup. He is the obvious backup. Robert Woods had 5 targets. See, the thing is, none of these guys get a lot of targets. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods got the most targets, but it was only 5. They want to run the football. And against the Giants, they really didn't have to do that much. Okay? So, get Malcolm Brown. For the Giants, I'm very upset about Roger Lewis, but take a look at Tavares King. He had 6 targets, 3 for 33 and a touchdown. Roger Lewis's name was never even called. I don't even remember his name being called. Seriously. All right, Buffalo Jets. We forget this game was a week ago Thursday. Just be careful there with Deontay Thompson. You're going to see 10 targets, and you're going to be really excited. And I'm going to tell you this. Take a chill pill. Kelvin Benjamin's there. I was more excited about Zay Jones. That's excited me. But remember, they were playing from behind. They're not going to throw that much. So I'm not really excited about the entire Buffalo offense outside of Tyrod Taylor, LaShawn McCoy, and Kelvin Benjamin. Okay? I'll just say that to you. Jacksonville, Cincinnati. If you own Allen Hurns, I might be cutting him. He had 4 targets, and D.D. Westbrook is close to coming back. So where's Allen Hurns' targets coming from? Marquise Lee always gets a bunch. Mercedes Lewis gets some. Even Keelan Cole made a great play this week. Great play this week. Where does Allen Hurns fit in? He doesn't. Cut him. Seriously, cut him. For Cincinnati, that game was just a mess. See, it was a mess from beginning to the end. I can't even tell you what to do there except don't watch it. Seriously, hide the eyes of your women and children. Who can watch that nastification? For Denver, C.J. Anderson, 9 carries, Devonta Booker, 6, Jamal Charles, 4. But I think Booker is will be way more involved in this offense moving forward. C.J. Anderson's a train wreck. I never liked him, never owned him, never wanted to own him. Told you guys the same. Go get yourself Devonta Booker. I think you'll be happy that you did. Emmanuel Sanders had 5 targets. He was coming back off injury. He'll be fine this week. I'm okay using him this week. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. I am very, very concerned about Doug Martin. First of all, very concerned about Doug Martin. He looked terrible. Secondly, Mike Evans out for punching the dude Lattimore. You know what? He threw a punch. That was totally inappropriate. And frustration. Mike Evans had 6 targets, 1 reception, 13 yards. Bernard Reedy had more receiving yards than Mike Evans. I'm sure he was frustrated. You don't go punching people. I'm frustrated all the time. I don't go punching people. I might want to. I might think it, but I don't do it. So, is Deshaun Jackson a good start this week? I think he is a good start this week. Tre'Davious White can't stop him. But you know who's sneaky? Chris Godwin's sneaky. Cameron Braid is going to be very sneaky. Ryan Fitzpatrick will be fixated on Cameron Braid. Just watch. Just watch. Harvard to Harvard connection there. For New Orleans, remember, Kamara, Michael Thomas, Teddy Ginn, they're getting the targets. Outside of that, nobody else is getting a ton of targets. For the Houston Texans, DeAndre Hopkins had 16 targets. 16. Will Fuller had 8, but he only had 2 receptions. Bruce Ellington had 8 as well. Only 3 receptions. That's not very good. That's not very good at all. So Hopkins is the man to own. I really am considering benching Fuller this week. I just don't know if I can do it, but I'm considering it. For Indianapolis, seriously, there were 20 completions by Jacoby Brissett. 13 went to Hilton Doyle. That's it. Dante Moncrief, I told you this guy was garbage when the year started. Did you listen to me? I hope you did, because I literally have him on one team, and that's one team too many. I wish I could get him off that team right now. Keep your eyeballs peeled on a guy named Curtis Samuel. I got a feeling, I've got a visionary feeling about this kid. He's very fast. They drafted him expressly to be using him like a Percy Harvin, Tyreek Hill type. And I'm just saying he was on the field a lot, and he will be more involved. He will be more involved. Keep your eyeballs on Curtis Samuel. I like him. There's Funchess. There's McCaffrey. Jonathan Stewart sucks. I think you have McCaffrey, Funchess, Samuel, and Olsen when he returns. Bam. That's what you got. And that's pretty good. You just have Cam Newton, who's not. For Atlanta, Mohamed Sanu had a touchdown. He had 3 receptions on 3 targets, but 3 targets isn't going to help you. Need more targets than that. I don't know what to tell you about Atlanta. They're so frustrating at this point. And they get Dallas this week. So Dallas likes to funnel things in. Will that be a Gabriel? Will that be a Sanu? I don't think it's a Julio Jones week. I don't. I think it's going to be whoever's going to be in the slot there, whether that's Hooper, whether that's Gabriel, whether that's Sanu. One of those guys. My guess is, it depends. Possibly Gabriel, but Gabriel likes to run out patterns. We'll have to see that. We'll have to watch that one closely. Tennessee and Baltimore. Tennessee is a mess because they just have a lot of guys. Walker, Matthews, Davis, Murray, Decker, Henry. All these guys get involved, so there's no one guy you can focus on. That's the problem. Do I like Delanie Walker? I do. I love Delanie Walker, but it's hard to focus on him. For Baltimore, well, they have a bye week this week, but I do like Jeremy Maclin. He's back, and he's been there for Joe Flacco. When Joe Flacco's played well, Jeremy Maclin's been a part of that, so you might want to get a hold of him. San Francisco and Arizona, so there's issues here, guys. George Kittle out. Trent Taylor out this week. Okay? You've got Marquise Goodwin, who I think is going to have a good week. Okay? I don't like Kendrick Bourne Identity. I do like Aldrick Robinson a little bit. I like Garrett Selleck a little bit if you're desperate for a tight end. They play the Giants. The Giants let everybody score against them. Selleck could score. They could. He could. Okay? But I do like Marquise Goodwin this week. 8 targets last week. Carlos Hyde at 11 targets. They play the G-Men. G-Men are trying to just give it up. Arizona, Larry Fitzgerald had 9 targets, then John Brown was the next highest with 4. But they're playing Seattle. I just don't like anything in this game. Except I will say this, Seattle never plays well on the road, so if there's anything to this, maybe Fitzgerald has a better game. I like Fitzgerald at home against Seattle more than I like him on the road against Seattle. I think Andre Ellington has a sneaky week this week. Adrian Peterson had 37 carries and 2 receptions. He touched the ball 39 times. I think Andre Ellington will have more of a role this week than people might think. Washington and Seattle. I'm interested to see what happens with C.J. Prosise. Eddie Lacy injured. J.D. McKissick stinks. Thomas Rawls, 9 carries. What does Prosise do when he comes in? I don't know. I'm very interested to watch that. Baldwin had 12 targets. Graham had 8 targets. Lockett had 8 targets. Richardson only 3. So Lockett out-targeted Richardson big time. Big time. That worries me. For Washington, Vernon Davis had 9 targets. Chris Thompson had 6. Josh Doxson 5. Terrell Pryor 3. Cut this bum. He's a bum. Bum. Of epic proportions. Seriously. You probably took him in the 3rd, 4th round thinking you were going to get something there. Here's what you got. A dog with fleas. That's what you got. All right, for Dallas. Dallas is interesting. Terrence Williams had a great week, so did Des Bryant. But if either of these guys are hurt, I like Bryce Butler. He's sneaky this week. Watch that very closely. Is Des going to play? I don't know. I do like Bryce Butler. Kansas City, I can't even discuss that. When Tyreek Hill only gets 4 targets, when Charkandrick West has more targets than Tyreek Hill, you deserve to lose Andy Reid. You deserve to lose. Seriously. Oakland's on bye this week, but I want to talk about Miami. Julius Thomas had 8 targets, Devontae Parker 8, Damian Williams 6, Kenyon Drake 6, Jarvis Landry 7, Kenny Stills 4. That's an Adam Gase offense. Getting everybody involved. I know they were playing from behind, but Julius Thomas, really, 8? That's a lot for him. That's a really good job for him. Now, Clyde Christensen has been talking all offseason about getting Julius Thomas more involved. If he does, he'll be an interesting pickup in a standard format. I think he will be. I really like what's going on with Drake and Williams. I told you that. But Devontae Parker is the number one receiver there, and Jarvis Landry is always in the right place. I think Miami's going to be better. Miami's offense is going to be better. They're 4-4. I don't think they make the playoffs, but who knows? Let's talk playoffs for a second. Take a look at the standings. So in the AFC, right now it's the Patriots, the Steelers, the Titans, and the Chiefs. And then the next best teams are the Bills and the Jaguars. Everybody else is under 500. Ugh, or 500 or less. That's terrible. Seriously, that's terrible. I mean, are the Steelers the best team in the AFC? Meh. In the NFC, the Eagles, the Vikings, the Saints, and the Rams all get in. And then it's Dallas, Carolina, and Seattle fighting for that last spot. So, Dallas, a lot's going to happen on Thursday. What's going to happen with Ezekiel Elliott? Dak Prescott might be a very important man over the next few weeks. All right, you know what else is important? You going to scoutdfs.com. Very important for you to go there if you want to win in DFS. Go look at our optimizers. Go look at our articles. Listen to our podcasts. It's a free trial for a week. You get 7 days free. Come in, see what we have to offer, see if you win money. If we win, it's worth it, right? If you don't, what'd you lose? Nothing. Scoutdfs.com. Also, check out scoutfantasy.com. Enter the promo code ROTO2017. Read our articles, ask questions in the message boards. Be part of the Scout Army. Be part of a winning product with guys who know how to win a high-stakes league. We know how to win a high-stakes league. That's what's important. All right, but time now to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Back tomorrow with Waiver Wire Wednesday, trying to make the right pickup so you can win your fantasy football leagues. Have a great day. Be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!